Hey everyone, I'm Mindy Banks. I'm the Flip Flop Chef. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today I want to show you how to make a slow cooker chicken fettuccine Alfredo recipe. This recipe is from Delish and I'll post it in my recipe community, which you can find it at theflipflopchef.com. Click on the button at the top. It'll redirect you to the group and you'll have access to thousands of other recipes as well as a weekly giveaway. I also would love for you to subscribe to my channel while you're here. And if you see something that I'm using in the video that you'd like to purchase, I am a consultant with the Pampered Chef and would love the opportunity to help you with your order. So let's go ahead and get started. Today I'm going to be using Pampered Chef's Deluxe Multi-Cooker. We're going to use the slow cooker setting to make this fettuccine Alfredo. You could also use Pampered Chef's Rock Crock or our quick cooker. So whichever product you'd like to use is totally fine. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're not familiar with our Deluxe Multi-Cooker, it has so many different features. You have a pressure cooker settings, you have sous vide settings, sterilized settings. You can make all of your whole grains and rice and so much more. It does come with a cooking guide, and I have another video on my channel that goes in great detail on how you can use the multi-cooker. Now, you have the choice to use a multi-cooker lid or our slow cooker lid, and whenever I'm using the sous vide function or the slow cooker function, I do like to use the glass lid. So that's what we're going to use today. So this is the glass lid, and if you have our quick cooker, this is the same same slow cooker lid that we sold with the previous version of our pressure cooker. So before we get rid of this lid completely, I do want to show you a really cool feature. So we have this lid rest. So if you are using the pressure cooking lid and you take it off and you have nowhere to place it, you can just set it inside one of the sides that you'd like. So right or left hand users, you can put it on either side. So you choose, the lid stays there and you can finish what you're doing and not have to worry about all of the steam or the condensation dripping down onto your countertops. So we're going to set this lid aside because we're not going to use this one for this recipe because we're going to use the glass lid. So what we're going to do is take our inner pot. So this is the 6-quart inner pot that goes right inside the Deluxe Multi-Cooker. We're going to throw our ingredients in. This is a quick slow cooker recipe, if that makes any sense. It only takes 2 hours to cook this one. So, well, about 2.5, but 2 hours on high and you're going to be ready for the next step. So, let's go ahead and get started. So for this, we're going to start out with some chicken breast. I'll zoom in so that you guys have a little bit better view here. We're going to take, you can use chicken breast or chicken tenders. I almost always have chicken tenders on hand, so this is about 1 pound of chicken tenders. I'm going to use my chef's tongs, which if you're not familiar with these, they're gravity controlled, so when you point them down and squeeze, if you watch right here, this little pin, when I squeeze, the pin drops, and then they're going to open. When you're ready to close them, you just point them up. Gravity pulls that pin back down and they're going to stay closed shut, and they also store flat without opening on your countertop or in your drawer. So we're going to put our chicken inside our multi-cooker. So place this on the bottom. This is the perfect recipe to make if you're wanting something super, super easy. We're going to add 2 cups of heavy cream and 1 cup of chicken broth. And I measured these out in my Easy Read measuring cups. So I've got 2 cups of heavy cream. We're going to pour this on top of the chicken. And we're going to add our chicken broth. Then we're going to add 4 tablespoons of butter. And so I've got this already measured out. We're just going to add that right on the top. Then we're going to add some garlic powder and Italian seasoning. So the Italian seasoning that I'm using is from Pampered Chef. You're going to do 1/2 teaspoon of each of these and sprinkle it over the top. All of Pampered Chef's dry rubs and seasonings are gluten-free and kosher. They have so much flavor. You're going to love them. If you haven't tried them before, whoops, that's the wrong lid. I encourage you to subscribe to our Taste Buds subscription. Every month you'll get 3 surprise seasonings and recipes to try. You also have access to our Taste Buds Hub, which is an exclusive place on our website for subscribers only, where you can find more recipes for the seasonings we send you every month. All right, we're going to put some salt and pepper in here. I'm using our grinder set. You're just going to season these to taste. I'll set this aside. I need to wipe those off. I got greasy somehow. All right, we're going to cook this on high for 2 hours until the chicken is cooked through. So I'm going to put my glass lid on here, and let's see if I can rotate this a little bit here, give you guys a closer look. So I have this set on high, the slow cook setting, high setting for 2 hours. It automatically, whoops, there we go. Automatically is on delay, the delay is off. It's automatically on keep warm. And then the little progress wheel, it's going to fill up as the 2 hour time frame goes by. So while we are waiting for this, let's go ahead and get a couple of the other ingredients ready that we're going to need to stir in after this is done. So when this is done, we're going to take our salad choppers, we're going to shred that chicken, and then we're going to stir in some pasta and some cheese and let it cook for about 25-30 more minutes. So let's go ahead and get our cheese shredded. I am going to use rigatoni for this recipe, and you're going to use a ½ pound. So this is a smaller recipe. If you have a larger family, you might want to double this and just use the whole package of the whole pound of pasta. So we're going to put rigatoni in. You could use fettuccine noodles. I've done that before. Just pick your pasta. It really doesn't matter, whatever you have on hand. But let's go ahead and shred some cheese. So this recipe calls for Parmesan cheese. So we're going to use Pampered Chef's double-sided grater here, and we're going to shred some Parmesan cheese. So this grater is pretty cool. Give you a close look here. So one side has like not your super fine, but a fine grate, and then this side has a extra coarse grate. To take this apart, it's really easy. You're going to close it completely. So this is open, this is closed. You're going to put your fingers in here and you're going to just pull apart, and you can use these independently if you wanted to, or you can take them apart to put them in the dishwasher. Now to put it back together, I don't know if you can see, it's hard to tell you on the video, but there's a little place here that fits inside of the notch on this side. So you're just going to line those up and slide them back together, and then they're ready to use for the next thing. Now you can use this a couple of different ways. You can use it with or without the hopper. Just be careful if you're not using the food holder there so that you don't cut yourself. You can also put this on top of this little cup here and shred right into the cup. I tend to just like to use the cutting mat. So whatever you prefer is totally fine. I have some cheese already. This is one of our silicone bags. So this is the medium sized bag. And in here I have some Parmesan cheese and some Asiago cheese. We're just going to use Parmesan for this particular recipe. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and shred our cheese so that we have this ready when it is time. I think the recipe called for about a ½ cup of cheese. If you know me, I'm going to probably add a lot more. So we'll shred this, and then I'm going to put it in one of our cut and store containers and have it ready to stir in when it is done. So after the 2 hours, we're going to add the pasta, the Parmesan, and cook it. Just leave it for 20 to 25 minutes on the slow cooker setting on high. So we'll just add a 30-minute timer when we're done with this first set. And then we're going to add all of our chicken and serve it up. So look at this, look how much cheese you get. And this is a huge block. So if you're used to buying your Parmesan cheese in the green jars that you can get at the grocery store, I really encourage you to start buying it in a block and shredding it yourself, because you're going to be saving money because you're going to get more out of the block and it's going to cost you less. Look at that. A little bit more, right? Little's good, a lot's better. So we're just going to tap that off, and then this will go in the dishwasher for easy cleanup. And let me put my cheese back. I leave the wrapper on so that I know which one is which, because since I have 2 different kinds in my reusable bags. I have Asiago and I have Parmesan. And these silicone bags are really easy to open and close. If you want to see more about these, I have a video on my channel that'll show you a little bit more about that. These are our cut and store bowls. I'm just going to use this for prepping purposes and transfer this cheese right into this container, and that'll be ready when the chicken is ready to go. Pop this on and put this in the refrigerator. I'll have our pasta ready to stir in, and the cheese is ready to go. So see how quick and easy this is? Very little hands-on time at all. So let's wait a couple hours and I'll come back and I'll show you the finished product. So I'll see you in just a little bit. Hey everyone, I'm back to show you how to finish up our fettuccine Alfredo. So I've cooked this on high for 2 hours, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out our chicken. So just remove the lid. I'm going to use my salad choppers like they're tongs and just reach in and grab out the chicken, and then we're going to shred these with the salad choppers as well. And I'm going to set the slow cooker setting to high again for 30 minutes, and then we're going to stir in the cheese and, see if I got it all, nope, a couple more pieces. Stir in the cheese and the pasta and let it cook for 30 more minutes. So I've got this set on high for 30 minutes. So just press and hold to start that at the 30-minute time. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in half of the package of rigatoni. So this recipe calls for a half a pound of pasta. This is a full pound, so we're gonna use half of this. There we go. So half a box or bag of pasta. I'm gonna give this just a little stir to coat those noodles. And then remember the Parmesan cheese that we shredded? So I've got this, I have this in the refrigerator, in my cut and store container. We're just gonna toss that in, give this a little stir. And then we're gonna let this sit for 30 minutes. I'm gonna chop the chicken, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the chicken back in. I'm not gonna wait for the 30 minutes to pass. So I'll put the lid on here just to kind of contain that heat. If you've never seen these salad choppers, this is a must-have for your kitchen. So I actually have 2 of these because I use them so much, but let me show you. They're double-bladed scissors. So can you guys see that there's 2 blades here? I hold them like this, so the red pin is right where my index finger is. So if you're right or left-handed, just make sure the red pin is right where your index finger would be. Slide your fingers through the handle, and then your thumb is gonna be on the other handle. And you're just going to chop to shred this chicken. And then these are dishwasher safe, so they're really easy to clean. The recipe says, it indicates that you would just wait till the 30 minutes is up to add the chicken in, but I don't want the chicken to get cold. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put it right back in to my deluxe multi-cooker. And then in 30 minutes, the pasta will be cooked, and this is going to be ready to go. So let's go ahead and stir this in so it'll keep that nice and warm. This smells so good. If you wanted to serve this with more Parmesan cheese, then you could save some of that. I just stirred it all in. Now I'm just making sure all the noodles are like pressed down underneath the liquid so that they cook evenly. Oops. And I'm gonna put the lid on here, and I'm gonna let this cook for another 30 minutes. So hang tight and I'll come back and show you the finished product. All right, you guys, I'm back to show you the finished product. So this is our chicken fettuccine Alfredo, and this smells so good. Show you guys what we've got in here. So I let this cook another 30 minutes on the slow cooker setting on high. Yum, this smells so good. I can't wait to try this. It's been a long time since I've made this recipe. Check this out. I'll zoom in so you guys can get a closer look. So this is our chicken fettuccine Alfredo, or I guess it's not fettuccine if I'm using rigatoni, but it's such a delicious recipe. I'm so glad that I made this again, and I'll post the recipe at theflipflopchef.com, so be sure to go there and click the button at the top to join my recipe community. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out anytime, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.